Right now, one person is dead after an early morning house fire in Dane County. We'll share the latest updates from Madison.
And we are tracking alert days not only for your Friday, but Saturday as well for severe weather. Tracking it all out in your full forecast.
And in the middle of a Madison housing crisis, new developments trigger a lengthy and sometimes heated debate between residents and city leaders.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with us tonight. A live look at the Queen Bee Radio Skycam in Platteville and the Edgewater Skycam in Madison. A cooler day today across southern Wisconsin.
But there is an alert day in our forecast for both tomorrow, also for Saturday for chances of showers and storms. For more on the timing and what we are tracking, let's get a look at the first warn forecast. Meteorologist Blaze Keller out on the weather patio. Blaze?
And we are getting the atmosphere ready for our first alert day tomorrow, already beginning to saturate, and it's feeling humid out there with dew points in the 60s and 70s, and that's going to get us ready for that severe weather threat beginning later in the afternoon hours on Friday. That spills over, I would say, during the morning hours on Saturday, but we're going to keep at least a threat for severe weather all day Saturday as well. What are we forecasting? Really all weather hazards. That includes an isolated tornado threat for your Friday and Saturday. There's a look at the slight risk coverage area, the yellow for your Saturday. Notice that it's not as widespread on our Friday. More of us are in that green, that marginal risk. The lowest of the two categories outlined by the Storm Prediction Center. However, we have seen even this year alone that even in those marginal risks, we can get an isolated tornado threat. So make sure that you are staying weather aware by downloading our news and weather app already tonight so that you can stay ahead of those storms for your Friday. Future track taking us into the morning hours on Friday through the mid-afternoon. That's when those storms are going to begin. I would say between 2 and 4 o'clock, and especially when they're alone, those discrete cells, that's probably when they're going to be their most tornadic, because tornadic supercells, rather, they really like to be alone. And then we see a line form. We transition over to more wind and hail as we look to end your Friday going into the evening and overnight, so we will keep you guys updated. But for now, just a few showers popping up across southwestern Wisconsin. We're going to track out Saturday's threat in the full forecast.
All right, Blaze, thank you. For the upcoming alert days, make sure to stay up to date on the weather with our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecasts, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC weather. A house fire early this morning in Madison leaves one person dead.
Armand Rahman joins us now with what we know so far. Armand?
Eric and Susan, officials with the Dane County Sheriff's Office say a neighbor discovered and reported the fire after power went out in the area. Other neighbors tell our crews flames completely engulfed the house. It happened around 6:40 in the morning on County Highway Y near the Black Hawk River Runs Canoe Rental Company. The Dane County Medical Examiner's Office found one person dead inside. A dog was also inside the home but was able to get out unhurt. Dane County deputies and firefighters from Black Earth and Madison responded to that scene. And News 3 Now has heard from multiple neighbors who say they know the identity of the victim, but we are awaiting confirmation from the medical examiner's office or the family.
All right, Armand, thank you. New tonight at 5, the Beloit police officer involved in the shooting death of a suspect will not face criminal charges. That's according to the Rock County District Attorney. Prosecutors today said Officer Nicholas Rodenbeck was acting lawfully when he shot Michael Ward back in April, who had 2 bladed weapons and was heading towards someone else. Wisconsin Department of Justice officials say when Ward was asked to put the weapons down, he did not comply. Officer Rodenbeck also helped provide emergency care to Ward until paramedics arrived. Meanwhile, in Milwaukee, a 17-year-old boy is dead, a 15-year-old boy injured in a shooting after a Juneteenth celebration last night. According to deputies, a concert had already been cut short because fights kept breaking out between large groups of unsupervised youth. Shortly before 9, officers say a gunman later identified as a 17-year-old from Milwaukee fired into the crowd.
I would say that it's unfortunate, but unfortunate isn't the right word. It's infuriating. We have an event that's supposed to celebrate the Juneteenth holiday, and it ultimately ends in another young man being killed.
Police say the suspect ran from the scene and was later arrested. They say he was not hurt. The suspected shooter had been arrested just last month on a charge of being a felon in possession of a firearm.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office gets a first-hand demonstration of the latest technology in law enforcement when it comes to body cameras. The event today at the Law Enforcement Training Center featured long overdue upgraded tasers that deputies will get later this year, and also included virtual reality training using the same body cam equipment to be used in a sheriff's office pilot project beginning later this summer.
We will be starting to use their body-worn cameras during our pilot project out at the West Precinct. We've already purchased the products. We're now at the point where our deputies will begin training on them. So we've looked forward to getting body-worn cameras for a very long time.
The body cam systems from the company Axon are integrated and designed to provide a seamless process of filming, storing, and sharing video. Well, housing is one of the biggest challenges facing the city of Madison.
And the Common Council approved 4 new housing developments at a meeting on Tuesday night. Our Meryl Hubbard is here to tell us more about what the alders and residents had to say about these latest proposals. Meryl?
Yeah, that's right. There are 4 big proposals moving forward right now after a Tuesday night vote at City Council. The one receiving hours of debate well past midnight at that meeting is a project on Old Sauk Road. The city of Madison is experiencing some growing pains as questions of when, where, and how new housing developments will take place in the future.
We know that Madison's going to continue to grow, and we need to have these dialogues.
The City Council approved 4 developments, including an apartment and hotel in place of Essen House, a tiny village for homeless people, and a mixed-use building on unused farmland.
Majority of the council, and this has been true for some number of years now, that are really engaged and motivated to try to find places where it makes sense to have more housing.
However, the main focus on Tuesday was a 3-story building plan on Old Sauk Road.
I'm cautious because I'm planning to be in the city for several more decades. I want to make sure we're doing it right.
Many residents voiced concerns for the new development on the road's precarious infrastructure.
That part of Madison, just like other areas, just does not have the necessary infrastructure to support the mass amounts of rain that we are receiving.
Along with the flooding, the other main concerns have to do with the size of the new building and increased traffic.
So you could say it's a walkable neighborhood, but you are mainly walking on the streets.
On the other hand, some alders and residents believe these problems can be solved with the help of the city's stormwater experts.
We have some pretty good stormwater experts on staff with the city. So ultimately, at the meeting, we resolved that that was an important issue, but it was going to be resolvable.
Alders told me there will be many more conversations about the Sauk Road project and that it will be a while before a shovel breaks ground. I drove down Old Sauk Road today, and it's clear that the stormwater drainage is a pressing issue. There's a line of orange cones that trail the entire street. We're bringing you updates on all the approved developments in the coming days here on News 3 Now.
All right, Meryl, thank you. Now to exclusive campaign 2024 coverage. The Biden-Harris campaign confirming with News 3 Now that Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts will be in Wisconsin next week. Senator Warren will be holding rallies in both Madison and also in Milwaukee on Monday. According to the Biden-Harris campaign, she'll be rallying Wisconsin voters behind President Biden in the fight for abortion rights. Then on Tuesday, Senator Warren will host a second panel up in Eau Claire. That'll be followed by a rally in Hudson.
President Biden and former President Trump are gearing up for a historic showdown with the stage now set for the presidential debate a week from tonight. Next Thursday, the debate qualification window closed just after midnight last night for what will be the first debate in U.S. history between a sitting president and a former president. The two remain locked in a close race. A national poll published by Fox News yesterday shows President Biden leading Donald Trump by 2 points. It's a 3-point improvement for the president from last month's poll. Some experts point to Trump's recent criminal conviction as a factor.
Trump is a convicted felon now, which he wasn't a few months ago, and independent voters really don't like that in their president.
President Biden does have a slight advantage with some of those swing voters. Now, granted, we're 5 months ahead. Those numbers are going to constantly change.
And former President Trump will get the final word at the debate after a coin flip to determine the podium placement and the order of closing statements. Trump will be at the left podium. Biden will be on the right.
And meanwhile, independent presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has failed to qualify for the CNN debate. To qualify, he needed to earn at least 15% support in 4 approved national polls. By the deadline, he had just 3. Kennedy also needed to be officially on the ballot in enough states that he could win 270 votes in the Electoral College, but as of today, he has fewer than a third of that number, according to the New York Times.
Continuing coverage now at 5, the fate of former UW lacrosse chancellor Joe Gau's tenured position is now in the hands of 5 of his peers.
Well, they wrapped up day 2 of the disciplinary hearing today after Gau presented his case and called on his witness. News 3 Now's Michael Germain from our sister station WKBT in La Crosse was there and joins us now live with the latest update. Michael?
Joe Gao questioned Interim Chancellor Betsy Morgan on a handful of issues this morning. And one that stands out is the seizing of his computers. Now, Gao used the Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA, to obtain text messages between Morgan, the general counsel, and chief of police at UWL. The text messages focus on Gao's MacBooks, iPad, and iMac. Now, Gao claims he never deleted any files or information on the computer before sending it to UWL officials. The hearing ended with closing statements from both sides, where Gao claimed that admissions are still up and he and his wife's appearances in pornography have not affected the overall image of the university. UWL officials claim it has damaged the image and integrity of the school. Gao says through it all, he believes he presented a strong case.
It's very disappointing that it's clearly not only UWL, it's the leadership of the UW system is so opposed to free speech and free expression when they say all the time, oh, we're all about free speech and free expression. Clearly, in this case, they're not. And then when you start to get into the tactics to literally get us is really disturbing.
Now, the hearing is in closed session, and the panel will decide whether or not Gao will keep his tenured position as a UWL faculty member. Reporting live in La Crosse, Michael Germain, News 3 Now.
All right, Michael, thank you. A written report will be provided to both parties after the panel makes that final decision.
It's still unknown when that decision will be made.
All right, still to come, meteorologist Blaise Keller returns a complete look at your first warn forecast for these first few official days of summer.
And we're already seeing the disastrous impacts of severe weather events this year. Next, how you can make sure your family is ready for the worst.
And mixed results, but a big day for the Dow Jones Industrial Average on Wall Street, climbing nearly 300 points. The NASDAQ lost 141, S&P 500 down about 14, and we'll be right back.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get you outdoors because we get you. Whether you're headed across town or across the country, we get you tires and batteries, trust and care during our summer tire sale. Right now, buy 3 tires, get 1 free. Rewards members get an extra $25 instant savings on any set of 4. New 5 quarts of Blaine's brand full synthetic motor oil, $23.99. Rewards members save an extra $3. Plus, this Generac portable generator, $300 off. Tires and batteries, trust and care at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Birkenstock ushers in a new collection with clean lines, easier than ever closures, and the most necessary footbed in your closet. Slide into Morgan's Shoes and shop our new Birkenstock arrivals. See what's fresh for spring and summer. Birkenstock platforms and wedges, cork-powered sneakers, or up your game with our iconic men's and women's sandals.
Comfort with style. Trust your feet to Morgan's Shoes.
Morgan's Shoes, Hilldale.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
All the best parts of summer are here at Summerfest. 600 artists, 12 stages, 3 unforgettable weekends. Summerfest, presented by American Family Insurance. Find tickets, lineup, and more at summerfest.com.
Fight the bite and take back your yard. Trust your trained local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin to defend against backyard pests. Our pioneered barrier treatment is backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If a mosquito or tick is peskier than the rest, we will apply another treatment. The season's short in Wisconsin. Don't let mosquitoes and ticks make it any shorter. Call your local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin for a free quote. In less than 30 minutes, you'll be on your way to being outside all day.
Baraboo Furniture and Mattress is now open. Over $1 million of quality name brands on display, including Flex Steel, Best, England, Spring Air, Ashley, Amish Furniture, and much more. All in stock and on sale. With an acre of quality name brand furniture in our beautiful new showroom, you're sure to find just what you're looking for. Get special free financing. All credit welcome. Hurry in today to Baraboo Furniture and Mattress, where your satisfaction is our guarantee.
Alert day conditions are in the forecast for Saturday. We're breaking down the severe weather threat at 6.
Then Madison's growing pains take center stage at a city council meeting tonight at 6, the new housing project that sparked a heated debate.
Wisconsin's U.S. Senate race takes center stage in a News 3 Now reality check. I'll drill into the latest campaign ads attacking Tammy Baldwin and challenger Eric Hovde, clarifying the messages and finding the facts. Reality check tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
You're watching News 3 Now's First Warn Weather with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington, voted 2023 Best Weather Coverage.
Well, keeping cool could burn a hole in many U.S. household budgets this summer. Average monthly power bills are expected to be 3% higher in June, July, and August compared to a year ago. That surge in cost comes largely from people using air conditioning to combat hot and humid weather. Among the regions recently sweating it out, the Southwest, Northwest, also Washington, D.C., which could see triple-digit temps for the first time in nearly a decade. Experts say this June could be the hottest since back in 1950.
Extreme weather significantly impacting large parts of the country right now. From fires to flooding, millions of Americans are under threat.
And with a potentially historic Atlantic hurricane season forecast, if a disaster came to you, are you ready? Brian Abel has more information on how to be prepared.
Wildfires, flooding, a tropical storm, multiple natural disasters striking communities in the U.S. just this week.
This climate crisis, these disasters are becoming more frequent. No matter where you are, you need to be prepared for some type of emergency.
The prep starts with learning. Experts say identify the most likely situations you may face and sign up for local emergency alerts to stay informed. Then make a plan on how you'll get out and how you'll communicate with family, and build an emergency go kit.
A go kit that you can pick up very quickly and get out with, and then one that's going to sustain your family for about 2 weeks.
Disaster experts say your kit should have water, a gallon a day per person, non-perishable food like nutrition bars, cash, and your important documents.
Proof of ownership, insurance documents for what is covered and what's not. Those types of things are really, really important, as well as identification documents, birth certificates, social security cards, sort of things like that.
Some recently fleeing from wildfires in New Mexico, taking with them even more.
Baby books, my daughter's DVD of her birth, that was important.
And some preparedness leaders say that's okay to grab things of sentimental value if you have time.
I think it's important that we don't undervalue that, because once we get through that phase of figuring out how we're going to survive as best we can in this transition, why is it that we're doing this?
In Washington, Brian Abel reporting.
Well, storms possible the next couple days for us. A look at your first warn forecast with meteorologist Blaze Keller. Blaze?
Yes, we have an alert day not only for your Friday, but Saturday as well. We could see both days, not only strong winds and large hail, but also an isolated tornado threat as a low pressure system moves out of the central plains and begins to move its way through the Midwest and then eventually exiting as we go further into your Saturday, which means that we're going to be feeling a lot more comfortable as we end the weekend. A lot of us underneath that slight risk for Saturday. So this is Saturday's outlook. More of southeastern Wisconsin underneath that marginal risk. Friday, a lot more of us are underneath that marginal risk, whereas only a few of our counties are underneath that slight risk. That includes parts of Richland County, Sauk County, Vernon County, Juneau, Adams County. But what I really want to highlight is even though a lot of us are underneath that slight risk, that isolated tornado threat extends all the way back into parts of Dodge and Jefferson County, nearly all of Dane County underneath that isolated tornado threat. So make sure that you have downloaded our news and weather app this evening so that you can stay ahead of that weather and track it out with us as we go into your Friday. Because as we walk Future Track into your Friday morning, we're going to start off quiet, but we're already getting the atmosphere ready for that potential severe weather tomorrow afternoon. Southwesterly winds are going to bump our temperatures into those low 80s by the afternoon. Not to mention, we're adding on to that humidity. The dew points are going to be climbing too. So by, I would say, 1, 2 o'clock, we could start to see some of these thunderstorms get going, but it's really into more that 3, 4, 5 o'clock time frame that we begin to see those thunderstorms develop, and they're discrete, so they're alone, and that's really when we start to see the best chance for tornadic supercells. They really like to be alone. They don't like to interact with other thunderstorms. They like their own kind of environment to move in. So initially, the tornado threat is going to be high, and then as those storms come together into more of this line, which we've become all too familiar with, we then see that transition over to more of a wind, a strong wind and hail type threat. But within this line, we could see embedded rotation. So even as we head further into your Friday evening, right around 9 o'clock, this is Future Track, even beyond into 10:30, we're still watching that threat for those strong winds and that hail, not to mention heavy rain. This is Madison's, I believe, 14th wettest start of year through yesterday's date. And here's our top 5 wettest single days. Already we've accumulated 4 days in which we've accumulated over an inch of rain. And speaking of just yesterday, the Madison area set a new daily record for precipitation at 1.19 inches to fall on June 19th. So we're getting these heavy rain threats as well. So make sure you're staying with News 3 now. We will keep you updated, not only Friday, but Saturday too. In the meantime, it's a hot and humid but quiet Thursday evening, 80s in parts of Greene as well as Rock counties. And if we're going to take a closer look at some of our counties, especially into the Grant County area, that's where we're seeing a kind of a dying shower. Not seeing any lightning with these, so these are more just kind of pop-up showers. We're also watching a little bit of a shower begin to cross over Rock County into the Darien area, into extreme southwestern parts of Walworth County. So as we look into your evening, low to mid 60s, maybe a few upper 60s to low 70s. Partly cloudy, some fog developing as we head into the midnight hour. That threat for showers and thunderstorms mainly early into your evening. And as we look ahead into your Friday from 7 a.m. through 6, especially later into the afternoon with that heating, that's where we're going to see that really good threat for showers and thunderstorms. Some of those, again, could be severe. So 2 alert days, Friday and Saturday in your 7-day forecast. But take a look at Sunday especially. That's when we get a break, at least a day break from the heat and humidity. And then as we go into your start of next week, that's when we'll also see, again, another chance for maybe some returning heat and humidity, but it is short-lived. Let's take a look at traffic here as my graphic begins to load. I don't believe that we're tracking any accidents, but we're just seeing some slowdowns there on the Beltline. It does look like there is just a slight accident there just off of 151 on US 12. But otherwise, traffic is flowing pretty smoothly south of Madison into the Janesville area and then north into the Dells as well.
All right, Blaze, thank you. And next at 5, we'll preview a very special baseball event in the oldest stadium still in use in America today, honoring the Negro Leagues. That story coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
This is where all your dreams come true. You are the Moulin Rouge!
Madison's most spectacular night out is Moulin Rouge, the musical. Winner of 10 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. The New York Times calls it dazzling, gasp-inspiring. In Moulin Rouge, life is beautiful. Performances begin July 9th at Overture Center. Tickets at overture.org.
This is me, and this was my stubborn body fat. My name's Adrian, and Sono Bello changed my life.
Sono Bello is America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, and they permanently removed my body fat in just 1 visit.
After having 2 kids, my body, it changed a lot. I tried everything to lose the fat, but nothing seemed to work.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, back, chin, and more.
I've seen such dramatic results. My tummy is gone, my double chin is gone, and my hourglass shape is back. This was the mommy makeover that I deserved.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-888-357-3263 or go to sonobello.com.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Save on your automotive needs with an 11% rebate at Menards. Quaker State High Mileage Motor Oil is engineered to give more power, more wear protection, and longer engine life. Get a 5-quart jug for $16.99 after rebate. Turtle Wax Max Power Car Wash provides maximum strength cleaning. The more wash you use, the stronger the cleaning power becomes. A 100-ounce jug is $5.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Coming off their third straight series win last night against the Angels, the road trip on the West Coast continues for the Brewers tonight, traveling to San Diego. The first of 4 against the Padres. That'll be the 4th time these two teams have played this season. The Padres won a series 2-1 back in May. Bryce Wilson will toe the rubber for the Crew. First pitch set for 8:40.
Also tonight, the oldest baseball park in America still in use will make history again with an MLB game honoring the once thriving Negro League. Rickwood Field in Birmingham, Alabama got a big league upgrade to welcome the St. Louis Cardinals and the San Francisco Giants. Some of the greatest names in the history of the sport have played at Rickwood. 182 Hall of Famers in all, like Babe Ruth, Ty Cobb, and a teenaged Willie Mays, who played on the 1948 Birmingham Black Barons.
This is a place where people like Willie Mays dreamed of being in the big leagues, and they made their dreams come true.
Being maybe the only black person on the field, it's going to be pretty special for me to represent that out there.
This will be the first regular season Major League game ever played in Alabama. First pitch is at 6:15. Very cool. We're back with a final check of your First Warn forecast.
I'm going to take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco.
Right now at Feldco, get 2 windows for the price of 1.
Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Want to instantly look more attractive and years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." From that point on, I've been sold.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. After 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off. You'll also receive the Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping.
Think Sloan's first.
You know, the big thing about Sloan's is the ease of doing business. They make everything simple. We choose Sloan's and John Deere because we have availability of equipment, quality service, quality parts, and they have the ability to keep us up and running.
Green Tag savings time is on now at Sloan Implement. Get your John Deere Z530R with 4.9% for 60 months. That's as low as $93 per month.
Power up with Sloan's.
Think Sloan's first.
Get mega savings on mega fresh produce this Thursday through Sunday during Hy-Vee's Mega Produce Sale. Basket and bushel strawberries, just $1.49 a pound when you buy a 2-pound pack. Red grapes, just 99 cents a pound. Candy cantaloupe, just $1.49 each. Plus, over 100 additional produce items on sale. If you're picky about produce and delighted by deals, you won't want to miss the Mega Produce Sale this Thursday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Hi, I'm Fiona Rataj with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. Here are 3 things to know. Make sure you are registered to vote at your current address. You can check or register at myvote.wi.gov. If you do not have a Wisconsin driver's license or state ID, you can register to vote with your municipal clerk by completing the registration form on MyVote. Absentee ballots must be requested.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
We agreed we need a new bathtub and shower, but I think he's procrastinating.
Just call 1-800-HANSONS. Installed in as little as 1 day with a no-leak guarantee. Get 50% off installation or no interest and no payments for 1 year. Offer ends soon.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, the scorching heat dome breaks records across the country with tens of millions under advisories, plus the major storm surge that hit Texas, flooding homes and neighborhoods with up to 4 feet of water. That and more headlines tonight right here on the CBS Evening News.
Well, finally tonight, tomorrow will not be a rough day for pet owners and their furry friends. That's because June 21st celebrates National Take Your Dog to Work Day. The holiday has been celebrated in the U.S. every Friday after Father's Day since back in 1999.
However, some companies celebrate Take Your Dog to Work Day every day. Remember the news hounds?
Oh, yeah.
Studies have shown pet-inclusive policies have some positive effects on work environments. That's some great writing there, Eric. Dogs can reduce stress, increase productivity, and help employees stay healthy with physical activity. So you're going to bring Tate tomorrow?
You're daring me, aren't you?
Please bring Tate tomorrow.
You and 80 pounds of trouble rumbling through the newsroom?
Yes.
You better hide the food in there. You bring my dog in, you better hide the food, folks.
All right.
That's a lab. They eat everything.
You're bringing them.
All right, Blaze, final check of the forecast.
All right, we've got maybe an isolated shower or thunderstorm here through about 10 o'clock tonight. We'll only dip into those 60s and 70s this evening, so it's going to be hot and humid. 2 alert days, Friday and Saturday. Stay with News 3 Now because especially Friday around this time, we could be dealing with some severe weather.
All right, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6. CBS Evening News is next.